Welcome, everyone. So following the positive response to our last webinar, we're overjoyed to see how many of you have signed up a second time to take part of this webinar on the certification programs and how they're connected to the temple tradition and the New Earth community. Today's presentation will be approximately an hour and 15 minutes. And Petra is trying to find it. There we go, so that you can see. We will talk a little bit about what is a mystery school education, the temple tradition and community, a little bit about the certification programs for those of you who didn't make it to the first webinar, though we won't be repeating all the information from the first webinar. We'll ask you to see that. You can find that on the our YouTube channel, Mary Magdalene School YouTube channel. We will show you a little bit about all of the program that Mary Magdalene School has in mind for next year, so that you can see how the programs, the certification programs, are connected to all of the programming within the school. Then there will be a space for all of your questions. If you have questions, then we'll welcome your questions then, and we'll finish off with a meditation.
Okay, good. Having said that, so we know what's going to happen today, and we continue from here.
Yeah. So, some of you are here for a first time. Like we said, it's great if you want to listen to the first webinars where we explain much more about the certification programs, because tonight we have chosen to go deeper into a certain aspect. We are all here together today, gathering from locations around the globe. So please let us know where you're from in the chat. We love to see how our global community is connected all around the globe. So for the purpose of this webinar, we're going to share details about the first of the 5 mystery school certification programs. These have been designed for both men and for women who are interested in gaining a deeper understanding of their multidimensionality and the higher dimensions, who are interested in going deeper into inner spiritual research, going into a deeper exploration of the great mystery, and deeper into divine creation, which is not a creation from the mind. This is really the space of Immaculate Conception. So these mystery school teachings have been in preparation for years and maybe lifetimes, and now we're ready really to bring them into the world. We know that all of this is orchestrated in divine timing, according to the greater plan, that this is amazing that we have actually arrived at this point where we can bring these into the world, present them to our global community, and that we can go through them all together as a community. It's an amazing moment. So in this gathering, we'll share our vision for the reemergence of a mystery school education in the world, which is very different from a normal school education, how this relates to the temple tradition, and the importance also of community building as we co-create New Earth. So these are the themes, the big themes for tonight. And we welcome and we honor you, all you men and women who are committed to building a new world focused on peace and prosperity, and who keep the focus, because we will, when we're doing it. So we want to say a big thank you as well to the beautiful group who was already registered for the foundational program. We've been instructed by the higher realms that we should have a group of 40 to 50 people to be able to do the work in the most optimal way. So we're not far from that number, and we're holding a prayer to meet the numbers requested of us. We have our candles lit to carry this prayer. it is really heartwarming for us to know that so many of you are committed to leading the way to New Earth. And as you say, yes, your transformational processes begin to accelerate. Many of you know. And since we introduced the program a few weeks ago, there's been an incredible quickening in the field that maybe you have felt. But we have felt many processes igniting in our community as people are preparing to move into a new, more expanded consciousness, and that is including ourselves. It's been really, really interesting, and we've had some very interesting, beautiful processes. Yes, we have.
Yes, we have. Yeah, it's moving so fast and it's beautiful. I'm really overjoyed, I must say, today. Sometimes you go in a deep dive. It's not always easy, but then we come out on the other side, and I mean, it's just a big, big, big gift of life. Anyway, we're going to talk today about mystery schools and temple tradition. And we felt while we were talking to some of you after our last webinar that we would take another angle to explain it a little bit more in depth, that a mystery school program is absolutely not a traditional school program as we know it, as we might traditionally understand it in our culture. Because in our Western culture, as we all know, we understand the program to be like lessons given by a teacher who tells us what we should learn, and then we study the materials, we do an exam, we either pass or we fail, and then the cycle starts all over again. Well, a mystery school program is not this. And I want to make it really clear that, and it's really a new way, a new concept for many of us. Actually, it's an ancient concept, but for us, for most of us, it's new, because the essence of a mystery school is a sacred container. It's a sacred container in which one is held within a like-minded community. And then we learn through what we could call gnosis, through the intelligence of the heart, and always connected to spirits. And it is experiential in nature. I think that is the shortest I can say what this is about. But let me explore a little bit more, because it is a space of absolute non-judgment as each member of the community goes through his or her inner exploration of the nature of reality. And we all hold a piece of that. It's a space in which one gradually unveils him or herself, becoming more and more transparent. And in so doing, one gradually remembers how to live from one's divine essence, rather than from what we always call the illusion of separation. So this in turn allows one to contribute to the world from the resonance of the true self. That's from a space of oneness. And in this way, it is deeply linked with the temple tradition. So, yeah, maybe some of you are new also for us, but our mystery school offers contents that each participant can use as an impulse for repeated and deep inner exploration that will be different for each and every one of you. When a student or an initiate is ready, there is always a resonance on a theme, and a resonance can have many faces. It can be a very positive, exciting resonance. It can be a feeling. It can just attract your attention, or it can even be resistance. So all these resonance on a theme may occur, and then we go inside and we go into contemplation. We meditate, we explore what it means for us, what is happening, what this resonance on these themes. And then through inner guidance, listening to our inner voice, and through the gnosis of our heart, the deep inner wisdom connected to spirit, then new inner pathways to universal wisdom and truth are opened, because that is accessible for each and every one of us. And gnosis is a term, I mean, it's really a big term that was in early Christianity a big moment in the 1st century after Christ. And it doesn't refer to spiritual knowledge, or let's say spiritual insight. It's maybe a better word. It's the kind that comes through direct experience or inner awakening. And it's a deep, intuitive understanding, a deep knowing of spiritual truth, as opposed to knowledge gained through reason or intellectual study. There's nothing against these, as these are really important pathways of jnana yoga. But in various spiritual and philosophical contexts, gnosis refers to a form of knowledge that is very personal, always connected to the heart, transformative, and is most often tied to ultimately self-realization or enlightenment, if you will. So we are now in this incredible sacred time that we are resurrecting the mystery school tradition. I mean, my heart is overflowing with joy, and I know yours is too, that we're finally there, that this is happening. It's happening all around the world. We remember this, and it is in essence the resurrection of a container for the deepest inner exploration and spiritual transformation for all of us, for all of humanity. And this is what we are committed to doing at this time. And it is with absolute great joy and deep gratitude that we've come to this point. Yeah. And also for this reason, we're saying that this is a program that is not actually a program, because the content is offered in the form of a program. That's our vocabulary, but it's so much more. And in this process of the program, we're coming together in a deep collective soul mission as a group, and by helping each other, remembering our divinity. And it is a very safe and inclusive space where you are honored exactly the way that you are. So, and then as we as a group, we dive deeper and deeper together as participants, as a community, then our mission comes to light through revelatory processes. And each and every one of us contributes to that. And it's really funny in a way, because we are so much clearer also on this now than we were when we started Mary Magdalene School 5 years ago. And these new insights are guiding our new programming and the overall vision for the school. And we're really grateful that we're here. And it is more clear also because we've reached that point of consciousness as a collective. So it's ready to open this flower, and we're deeply grateful that you're with us in this. So
one person called it, well, we're assembling the plane while we're flying. That's how we've been feeling. And now we have some kind of an idea what the plane is. So
yeah, that's very helpful.
Yeah, it's really helpful
for us. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is definitely a collective mission. Yeah, above and beyond the remembering process, we will be collectively engaged in deep energetic work, as we always are in our school programs. And at a metaphysical level, we will be creating a container for deep and real-time alchemical work to build a strong and focused energy field, which allows us to individually and collectively to heal. That's one part, heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Very often there's really huge spiritual healings that happen within these programs. We transcend lower density realities. Always, yeah. We come together to build a powerful collective frequency, to move through frequency gates, which requires a collective geometry and a collective focus. And, you know, when a collective frequency changes, then the geometry changes as well. It's like a mathematical, like a universal law. So most importantly to know is that when we adjust to a different collective geometry altogether, our perception changes, and we truly then find ourselves collectively creating and living another reality. It's like that we do it. So this is why we need to create more focused energy internally and collectively in order to move through higher gateways, because we need more energy to change than the energy that we use to maintain the status quo. We need to build extra energy simply to move through these higher gateways. And then a shift of incredible magnitude can happen. And this can only happen when we have enough power, which we create when we're doing this collectively.
Yeah, we become a kind of like one body, right?
We do. We absolutely do.
One heart, yeah.
Yeah. So this container that we will be entering will serve to repair interdimensional distortion fields. And then what does this mean? You know, what is an interdimensional distortion field? So imagine a distortion within your body, like blocks in the body or in the chakra system, or blocks in the organs or the intestines. When there is a block, the energy is stuck or it's stagnant. It's not flowing fluidly or naturally as it should. And when energy does not flow as it should, we are blocked from accessing multidimensional knowledge and wisdom, which in a natural state is always accessible. And the same holds true at a planetary level, at an interplanetary level. So we work at all of these levels, and to repair these distortion fields so that the energy of source can move through us in a very natural and easy way. So the container will serve to deepen our soul knowledge and soul connection to community. It always does. We have incredibly beautiful relationships that have formed within our community through the work that we do. And it will serve to revive and give value again to the metaphysical activity, which was traditionally always at the center of the temple tradition. So it's really time for us to return to the knowledge that everything in the manifest world originates in the inner world. And when we create coherency inside of ourselves and we release blockages, then we become coherent, and that creates a coherent manifestation. So we want to honor the work that happens in the inner work as fundamentally necessary to the creation of our manifest reality. And that's one of the things that we want to do also through this program. So to summarize a little, and those of you who've been with us for a while know this, but when we introduce a new program, the actual collective spiritual journey is much more than a program. That's what you just talked about. Yeah. Together, we're bringing our focused light to create an immense field of energy, which allows us to move beyond thresholds of our current consciousness and understandings about the nature of our reality. And this is huge. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you've experienced this already, that there are things possible when you come together in community in this kind of work, that you really move through thresholds that you were not able to do on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. The programs really build up very powerful fields of consciousness through which each person both gives and receives from the energy field. And the field available to our healing and transformation is exponentially stronger than when we are doing the inner work alone, and especially over this extended period of time of several months.
Yeah. So maybe it's good to go a little bit deeper now into the temple tradition and community. And maybe Bliss, you can say something about it, because you're going to play a very important role in this beautiful program that's not a program.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to speak to it and to say that, you know, that field is already building. And so I have certainly felt it during the creation process of the program, which is, we're coming right to the tail end of that now, but already for myself, connecting the dots in a way that I hadn't in the past, which is amazing when you've been doing this work for so many decades and you think you've figured it all out and then you find something new. But also in the field of those who have already said yes. And there are quite a few of you actually on the call today. I can see your faces. So many have already said yes, and we're already building that field. So it's really powerful and really exciting. In the process of this creation of the program, we've been asking ourselves questions such as, how is a mystery school very different from any other school you may have known? And why is the mystery school and the temple tradition so interlinked? And why is the resurrection at this time so important? And so as we've thought through this, you know, I don't have to tell you that we are experiencing tremendous challenges on the planet at this time. There are wars and violence around the globe. There is climate change and the degradation of our planet on all continents. There's the growth of artificial intelligence. And in this case, scientists and researchers believe that they can rewire human beings to perform better than the bodies that we've been given by the divine. And we're also seeing places of worship closing as formalized religion is being scrutinized for lies and deception of many millennia. So when we look around, it appears as if spirit has all but disappeared from our society. And the truth is, spirit hasn't left society. We have left spirit. And our soul and our higher self is just waiting for us to remember. So our role as light workers of all kinds is to bring spirit back and to protect the great mystery. So this is our path in the temple tradition. We're reclaiming our birthright as divine beings who are connected and integral to the great mystery of creation. So it's by no coincidence that many of us are remembering our lineage as priests and priestesses, or our capacities as shamans, healers, medicine men and women, spiritual midwives, oracles, and many other roles that are connected to the higher realms. Because we are being asked to step into our divine essence once again, and to remember and reconnect with our deep spiritual wisdom. 2025, as we enter this new year, in a way that the divine work may look different than it did in historical times, but the essence of it is the same. So in this way, the temple tradition and the mystery school are 100% inseparably connected, because the heart and the soul and the spirit are at the center of life in both of these sacred traditions. One cannot exist without the other. They have always been interwoven. The temples and mystery schools were held by a community of like-minded soul brothers and sisters, just like we have here. And there were many purposes. First, to create a safe environment and a resonant field in which each individual could explore his or her inner sanctuary and safely journey within, in a space where you're held, healed, consoled, nurtured, and encouraged. The purpose was to hold a space in which each person recognizes that he or she is the ultimate authority over his or her life. To hold a field in which the inner truth of each soul is the guiding light of that person's sovereign earth walk. To build resonance fields that lift and empower each and every soul connected to the temple. And to create new, highly charged morphic fields to support our connection to the Holy Spirit, to Mother Earth, and to all life. And then together to co-create the new dream for the new Earth. And this is really just a glimpse of the powerful energies and activities of the temples and mystery schools. Much more could be shared, but for now, we're going to go ahead and learn a little bit more about the new mystery school programming that we're offering through Mary Magdalene School, where we are engaging already in potent and a magical blend of the mystery schools, the temple tradition, and sacred community. So Petra, can you share a little bit more for us now?
Yeah, I will. It's beautifully said. Thank you, Liz. Yeah, we have all these strong memories of these times. So I would like to take you a little bit through the program because just for those who are new or those who are not new and would like to understand it a little bit better, what this programming is about. We are in the planning of introducing our new 5 mystery school certification programs. And this January, next month, we will start with the foundational program number 1, which is called Remembering Your True Self. I think that's very clearly expressed why this is so important, that is the first phase we need to go through, all of us, and deepen it as much as we can. Because all of us have done some work on this one way or the other, but all of us are invited actually, no matter what your experience is, to go deeper and to understand deeper mechanisms that are bringing you to your true self. So that is for all of us the first phase that we're going into in the first half of 2025. Then as of September, we will start foundational program number 2, which is more about mastery in the multidimensional realms. So that also is a deepening of many different skills that we hold inside of ourselves. And all of these programs will be supported by all the materials of the school, of the transmissions, all that we've received from the Libraries of Light, from Ascended Masters, from wherever it came from. And then as of 2026, we have the plan to start the advanced program number 1, which is all about initiation into Magdalene Alchemy. That is what we're asked to do. That's what we are bringing in bit by bit into the world. And that is very clear and very specific alchemy that is connected in what we call Sophia Christ consciousness. And that will run first half again for phase 1 and then the second half for phase 2. And after that, there will be, for those who want to go deeper into this Magdalene Alchemy initiatic work, there will be a leadership program. That's what we intend to bring into the world. For those who want to teach this, for those who want to bring this into their work, for those who want to really master it in all levels and bring it forth in your own communities. So that is kind of like the overview of the programs that are ahead, but we're going to be starting first, of course, in January with Foundational Program 1. Now, what is included in a program when you sign up for a program? There will be 10 modules with the original content from Mary Magdalene School. All the material that Anna and I received one way or the other are the basis of this program. And there will be also 10, let's say 19 minutes gathering with Bliss to really deepen all that you have been given, to deepen that, to share that with others, and to grow, to grow our souls all together in sharing and all the revelations that come with it. Then there will be several visits from both Anna and me in these groups when we are called, because we will be tuning into this entire process. We will also do ongoing energetic work with the group, which is part of our work on a daily basis. But we'll do this specifically for this group, so that this consciousness and this anchoring of this greater inner wisdom around the mystery school and the temples and the spirits will really come into the earth realms. Then there will be exploring, bonding, and sharing in breakout rooms with the participants in the program. And there will be a very special online space, an online platform, if you like, for private sharing within this group that signs up for this program. And then through that, connecting to others in the program and share your experiences. Ask questions also to Bliss, to moderators. They will be active there to support your process. And of course, there will be a deeply supportive environment for your personal spiritual emergence, which this is all about, of course. Practically, we'll be starting in the first week of January, with the first material being sent out to you. And the program will last till mid-May. There will be, as we said, 10 live meetings. Those are planned and scheduled on Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Paris times. And all the meetings will be recorded in case you miss one, except for the breakout rooms. Those are private sharings, and we don't record breakout rooms. So that is how it looks like. We have a beautiful webpage with all kinds of information, lots of questions, what we call frequently asked questions with answers with it, that you can tend to if you have more questions. There's really a lot there that you can read. And also you can have an overview of all the different modules, what we will be tending to. So this gives you a sneak preview of the material that's in development process at the moment. It's going to be really beautiful and easy to work with. And it will be a whole living book probably for yourself with all this material, with the audios, the videos. There will be an app available through which you can access this online platform. So wherever you are, you can easily work with it on any kind of device that you may prefer. So a little bit on the pricing of this program. The regular price we see these programs run will be €18.99. And we will be starting this year, as it is the first of all, with a special introduction price of $14.99. And there is a payment plan option available for those who would like to have a spread payment. That information you can also find on our web page. In this offering is not only this entire program with all the modules and all the material that is there for you. There will be, at the moment you register, you will receive the access to a free online course. We are the ones we've been waiting for. There will be a €100 discount for the 𝐒𝐜𝐡𝐨𝐴𝐵 gathering in July next year for those who are interested. And you will have access to one Sophia Christ Healing Circle in the new year. And for membership community members, there's always a special extra, and that means that membership community members will pay $13.99 for this program. So that is a little bit on the financials. Now we had questions about, is this the only thing that Mary Magdalene School is going to be doing then in 2025? And that's definitely not the case. We will be doing the Foundational Certification Program 1 and 2 in January, one starting in January, the other in September. We will, as we do at the moment, have membership community gatherings as our community grows and grows, and That will be the places also where Anna and I will bring in all our real-time information, all the consciousness that is opening, all the work that's coming in will come through this membership community gatherings. We meet 2 to 3 times a month with spiritual cafes, with beautiful other sharing circles on all these things that come in the moment. There will be healing circles available for both personally as in a group. So all the things that we do there will continue. So it's an extra thing for those who are committed to step into a program, to study this, to become in the end a Magdalene Alchemist. That's where the program is coming in, but the community gatherings will remain, I would almost say, all, of course, because community is for us the only way forward on this earth. And then there will be the Sophia Christ Healing Circles, which we will be holding approximately 1 time a month for those in need of healing or want to support healing. Then there will be retreats or assemblies. The one that is planned already is the one in 𝐒𝐜𝐴𝐴 in July, around the feast day of Mary Magdalene on the 22nd of July. It will be a community spiritual assembly. We'll be coming together in a beautiful co-creation setting, and divine co-creation will be at the heart of this, as we will all be co-creating together what it is that we need to co-create in the new earth. So it will be a very beautiful interactive meeting, inspiring moments. There will be global meditations as you're used from us. The next one coming up is on December 21st on the winter solstice. And there will be other online programs, retreats. And of course, in 𝐒𝐴𝐴, we have our local temple and community meetings that are really taking off as we speak. So this is a beautiful picture of us as a community in 𝐒𝐴𝐴. So this is what I would like to share on the practicalities for the moment. And again, maybe Laura, I don't know if you've already shared the link to the webpage. It's maybe a good moment. If people want to read all about it, then you're very welcome to read on our webpage all the information in more detail, what we are telling you at the moment.
So we'd love to make a space now for any of your questions. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask, then we invite you to raise your hand, which is not physically, but there's a raise hand button function at the bottom of your screen. And if you click on that, then you will pop up beside us and we'll see you, because otherwise we can't see everyone on one screen.
For those of you who've been gone through maybe a decision process, you're also very welcome to share.
Susan.
Hello.
Hi, Susan.
Hey. So, 2 questions. So I signed up and I've got the program, we are the ones who've been waiting for. So is there any expectation of how much to get through that before January? So that was just one, because I'm on the 2nd module, but I thought I had done it before, and it's like it's all foreign to me. Not foreign, but it feels new.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was that question, and then also it's mentioned that there's a platform where we can meet and share. Will that be opened in January, or is there a chance that will be opened before that for the questions that were sort of and awarenesses that are coming up now already? That was just one thing I was wondering about.
Thank you for your question, Susan. Yeah, so for the course, We Are the Ones, that's for your own personal, like it's like a workbook that's going to be used. Some of the material from that is going to be used in the program. So there's no expectation about how you should be working with that on your own. It's just there for your own use if you want to dip into it and you want to spend some time with the material there. In terms of the platform is being prepared and it should be ready when the program starts. So
Okay.
when the program officially begins, I think it's January 5th or 8th, or well, at the beginning of January. What,
Yeah,
Bliss?
so you'll actually receive your first email with your access to the platform on January 1st. And then our
Okay.
first gathering is January 8th.
Okay.
And then from then on, that will be the space where all of the communication takes place in this special. It's a new platform for us, so our tech people are in really working on getting all the material into that new platform as we speak.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you. Denise?
I just actually got the answers already from Susan.
Okay, good.
So
Thank you for showing up.
anyway, I'm looking forward, and I am also getting more and more into these modules I got already. So I am very happy to and expecting nothing and everything.
That's a wonderful way to show up. Yeah.
Wonderful. Nice.
Happy to be with you and continue the work.
Mm,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you very much for giving us all the chance to enter more deeply into this work.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's so precious for us that this is possible, actually. We can do this like this. Yeah.
Yeah, as I said already, I'm in India.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in India in February,
Yeah.
middle of March, but I will try as I have access to internet or not, no access, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
that it shouldn't be a problem.
That's
So
perfect.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you.
Marie.
Mari. Hello, Mari.
Good morning, everybody.
Hi.
I don't have any questions. I just want to share my loving with you all. I want to thank you, Petra and Bliss and the whole community for the work that you're doing. I'm just so grateful, and I just wanted to share that with everybody. I feel so very connected with everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Mm.
Yeah. Thank you, Mari. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, I believe, your time, or 3 in the morning, your time.
I'm truly confused with the international timeline for these last couple of days. I was like, get here this morning, I reckon. Thank you anyway. Thank you.
Time to get moving.
Thank
Oh,
you. It's wonderful to
thank
see
you.
you. Thank you.
It would be it's maybe a nice moment for some of you who have, like Susan and Denise, have registered for the program, and share maybe a little bit on how you came to it, how you felt called, because we heard some really beautiful stories of how the process was, sometimes intense, sometimes just like a whole book opened that you've been waiting for. So it's maybe for those who feel called, you're very welcome to share that. So it's
Yeah, and while we're waiting for you, if you feel like you'd like to share, I'll just maybe talk a little bit about some of the questions that we received, because we received some very thoughtful questions. We said that we would continue to be in the membership community, so we want to just say that again, that that's not going to change, our presence there. And then there were questions about Petra and my presence in the program itself, as Bliss is facilitating this foundational program. So we want to clarify that we are going to be deeply engaged with and contributing to the energy field and to the energy work that's happening during the program. We are going to be tuning into the field of the energies as the group moves through this inner journey. And we will occasionally be present when we feel it's of benefit and when we're asked to step in by the higher realms in order to benefit the process. So it's important for us to share also that we feel it's time for other members of the Mary Magdalene School community to step into greater spiritual responsibility as guides and leaders. And so for this reason, Bliss will be facilitating the meetings within the foundational program with several members of the community, of the Mystery School community, stepping in as pillars to support the meetings. The programming will provide training for people to lead from their inner truth rather than following an outer authority. So we wanted to clarify because that was a question that was asked to us by several people.
We have two hands raised. Yeah, maybe we can continue. Corinne, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes.
Hi.
Hi, Corinne.
You made it, technically. Oh, you're muted. Sorry,
You're
Corinne.
muted.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
now
We
you're
don't see you.
unmuted, but we don't see you. And now we don't hear you and we see you. So there's something challenging happening. We still can't hear you.
Mhm.
Let me see if I can help.
You talk, I can hear.
Now,
There you go. There you go.
yes, I did it. And on my mobile phone, I never did it on my mobile phone. But yeah, I want to share something about how I came to the program, because when I heard about the program and went into the Zoom meetings, of course, and I had a lot of mind questions, and they were about is this something adding something to my process? I'm already in groups for myself for 20 years now, giving groups. Maybe it's too light for me, or, well, all those questions that were there. But then I reached out, because I know when I'm in my mind, I don't get an answer. So I reached out to Anna. At least she reached out to me when I asked for it, and it helped me to get more into my because my body has the answers. That's what I know. So I went much deeper in my body while talking to her, and then I said, well, I'll sleep over for one night. But after the meeting, I sat and went quiet and silent, and there it happened that it was really a big yes. And when I just heard Bliss saying, protecting the great mystery, I felt protecting. I want to join the great mystery. You know, it's such a passion of me that, yeah, this peace for everybody and prosperity for everybody and self-realization is my biggest score in life, I think. But I really want to commit deeper. That's what I could really feel, to make a deeper commitment, also to come more in alignment with the Mary Magdalene School and the mystery of it. And yeah, it's actually since this summer that I went deeper in it, and it already brought me so much in my inner realms. And yeah. And last night I watched the movie Mary. It's on Netflix, if you have Netflix, and it's what touched me so much is the total dedication of Mary. It's Mother Mary, but then as a child, growing up in the temple, and dedicating to the higher spirit. And that was so beautiful to see from such a young woman. Yeah, it was so beautifully put how she did that, and how she was so full of trust and dedication. And that's, yeah, this dedication, I feel that I also can learn more about my inner dedication to this. And sometimes I can be very lazy and distracted, but yeah, it's for me also a practice in deepening and a focus to yeah, remember what we're here to do for, yeah, in this beautiful world. Yeah.
Beautiful, Corinne, that you shared this. Yeah, yeah, it's one of our deepest prayer, that is commitments that we all feel, to the deep commitment to the great mystery. Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing this into the world. Amazing. So inspiring also. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we will be inspired together. There's no doubt about that.
No doubt about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Nicolette? Thank you, Corinne.
Nicolette.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Nicolette.
Hi. I also want to share how I came to the decision to join the program. And for me, it was, I was listening to the first webinar. And Petra, you said something in the beginning, and that really touched my heart so deeply that my tears started to cry. How do you say it? I started to cry, and then I just knew. And yeah, I also feel deeply that this is what we've come to do. This is why we're here right now. This is such an important time in history of humankind. And we are the ones who remember who we are. We are here all together. We remember who we are. And we can live from that divinity. I really, that's my deepest wish, to really remember fully how to live from that space, from that being the one I am. And together use our creativity, that because we are creators, and use that creativity in the ways we forgot, so we can build again this new earth and remember who we truly are, step in our divinity. And that's beautiful. That's something to look, how do you say it? You know, it's once in a lifetime, something like this. It's so, yes, I really look forward.
Yeah, it's once in a not only lifetime, we feel it's the first time maybe in like 12,000 years, or maybe 30,000 years, but it's opening now. The consciousness is opening it and making all of this available again. And we feel really humble, actually, in this, because so much is becoming available to us inside of ourselves. And when we're in community, holding this space, then we get distracted much less, because there's always somebody holding us accountable to our own divinity. That's very interesting and very beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you, Nicolette.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharing this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Virginie, would you like to unmute?
Yes. You hear me?
Yes.
Hi, Virginie.
Hi. Well, it was quite a journey to come to the decision to join. And I was very grateful to talk to you both. When I listened in the first webinar and you mentioned certification, everything, I was so upset. I was I don't know, it was triggered. I was so incredibly triggered. How can we get a certification for this kind of work? It is a mystery school. I couldn't put it together. And talking to you, I fell in a fear of an old life where I wanted to protect the purity of it all. And underneath, I mean, this trigger, there was the longing. I mean, I've had that before in India, that there was the devotion that I saw in others, and there was a part of me that was like, I'm not going that way. And yes, and underneath was the pain and the longing. So this is a combination of few things, and I really needed time to let that all pass and go, the whole certification thing, and feel deep within me that there was already yes. There was no possibility to say no. Actually, I didn't have any say in it. That's how it felt in the end. But I was fighting it. Yes, I was certainly fighting it for various reasons. But I'm very, very grateful that I'm here.
Thank you for saying it in that way, Virginie, because it's that's what we've been talking about it's not actually really a choice. You know, if it's either it is or it's not. It depends what does the higher self say? Does it say yes? Well, then it's a yes. If the higher self says no, well, then it's a no. There's no other route except when then the lower self gets caught up in all kinds of talk, and which is why it's so it's sometimes such a process of discernment.
Yeah, so I know I didn't have a choice, and yes, I did fight for a little while. Yeah.
Well, we're really
That was
glad
my struggle.
that you're coming with us and that you're following your higher path. Thank you for that.
So thank you.
Thank you, Virginie.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, the choiceless choice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Susan is writing the trigger about certification. Yeah, if we can expand on that. Yes, absolutely. So we did talk about this in the first webinar, the question about this certification.
Yeah, and maybe the first thing to say that this certification has nothing to do with an outside agency that's going to certify this mystery school or the way that we work. That has nothing to do with that. Let's put that first in. What is important, I think, around the certification is that it may not be relevant for many of you, could very well be. And for others, it is that what it does, it makes visible what has been underground for so long. It is really about valorizing this energy work and to bring dignity and recognition to this activity of so many light workers and to bring it back to its rightful and its respected place in our society. That's where we still operate. And in this way, it is a form of making it real and feelable, tangible, seizable. And remember that we are still in a society that's just coming out of a phase of deep materialism. And I mean, it is a metaphysical activity, an inner alchemy, an inner energetic transformational work that creates the material world. And if we do not create coherently from our hearts and souls, we begin to disconnect with this very fabric of reality. So we are being guided very specifically again and again to bring this work that we do in Mary Magdalene School back into our society and to validate its importance, to make it seen, to have it honored. What else could it be? And to support the creation of a society that benefits from the fruits of the labor of those who focus their time working energetically in the inner realms, and those who alchemize what we spoke about, dysfunctional and incoherent energetic patterns. It's for those whose role it has always been to support societies in staying healthy and whole, actually.
Because when we are healthy and whole, those around us are healthy and whole. And there are people in our history who have held such strong fields of that health and wholeness, and they have spent their entire life energy focusing on that, but they've held that field of health and wholeness and peace and prosperity for an entire communities around them.
Yeah, I want to, you know, this certificate it's a token almost that attests to that.
To that work.
That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what it is. And for some, it will have a value, and for others, it may have not, because you're totally focused only inside, and that's fine too.
And just to clarify, if it hasn't already been said, is that there's no test you're going to take. You don't have to have an interview with myself or with Anna or Petra. There's nothing that's going to happen at the end of the program where we're going to decide if you've passed and you receive the certification program. If you've made the commitment, you've already said yes, and you will receive the certificate and use it if you choose to, or just put it in your memory box if that's what you want to do with it. So.
So there has been also questions about whether one can step in later for the more advanced programs, because there are many of you who have been doing this work for decades. And a foundational program doesn't seem like adequate if we've been doing this work for decades. And when we were creating this curriculum, we originally thought we would let people come in at whatever moment they felt to. But a few weeks before we started communicating about the program, this all changed. And we received really clear guidance that's important for everyone to review the fundamentals, and that this would not be only just a revision process. So the purpose is to build a powerful collective alchemical field together, for many reasons that we actually have yet to understand ourselves. We can intuit based on what happens in our programs, but there's always the unknown, and we're stepping into the unknown. The material from this program is also support for those who are leading their own communities in the ascension process. And it allows us to deepen our practice of the basics, because the basics never go away. They always stay, and we will always need to use them. These fundamentals need to be deeply understood, not only mentally, but they need to be practiced and embodied deeply before moving into the advanced programs. So having said all this, if we are approached by someone at a later stage who wishes to step in after we get started, we will make space to tune into their particular case and allow spirit to show us whether it's aligned in this specific situation or not. We're really setting a container, as we've been instructed to do. And we also recognize that reality is not set in stone. So I hope that this is clear. It's as clear as we can be on this subject at this time.
Spread the sheet of puff pastry on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just like to, again, build on that. One of the things that's become very apparent to me is part of this foundational program is to allow you to not only kind of firm up things in your own system, but be able to communicate that to others. And I say that in meaning whether or not you view yourself as a leader, I think I said this in the last webinar, you are. And because of the energy that you put out into the world, people are drawn to you, people who may have questions. And so as more and more people are waking up, they're looking for these light workers. They're looking for way showers. I just had an experience with a girlfriend of mine. We've been friends since we were 5, and she's absolutely not in this space at all. But all of a sudden, she's starting to ask questions. And the person she comes to answer those questions is me. Nobody else in her field can answer questions. And I was able to take the opportunity to really talk to her about Mother Mary. And I could do that. You know, this is something that we kind of intuitively know, but when we start to go deeper into whatever the topic is, a lot of what's going to be covered in the foundational program, it's just amazing. You find yourself then able to better communicate that to others and not have to think about it and not be worried about it, but know fully in your system that you embody this, you understand the wisdom and the knowledge. And so I really just encourage you to think of it from that aspect also, that you may already be living many of these things that we're going to be talking about in these various subject matters, but are they embodied in such a way that you feel confident sharing them with others in the world? Because ultimately, that's what we hope you'll want to do. So I hope that's helpful as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Bliss.
Yeah, well, you may still be thinking of other questions. There has also been a question on the pricing for future programs. So the second foundational program that starts in September, that will have the same price as this first foundational program. For the advanced programs, the Magdalene Alchemist, that will start in 26. We don't know at this point in time what the exact cost will be, because there are so many variables and there will be so many changes in the world between now and then. However, once we begin creating the advanced program next year, we'll have a much better idea of what the price will be for the creation and execution of the program. So we do know it will be somewhat higher because it's a different program, it's a different guidance. Anne and I will be facilitating it, and there will be energetic work, deep energetic work also involved. So we of course recognize that the programs are a significant investment for you. So we'll always do our best to balance the cost of the school with a recognition of each and everyone's financial contribution. So we are also in an active process of fundraising. And one of the intentions for this initiative is to keep the cost of the programs lower for participants. So when we receive donations, it may allow us to keep the cost lower for participants. So this is why we do fundraising, among other reasons. There's been questions for scholarships for the program. We want to say that if any one of you feel called to donate a scholarship for someone in real financial need, then we invite you to do so. We've made the choice to dedicate all donations that we receive between now and January 5 to a scholarship fund for the foundational program. So if you'd like to support someone in our community who cannot pay for the program at this time, then please donate to make it possible. So, and yeah, if you would like this donation to serve as a specific individual, then please send us an email so that we are aware of your donation. So just to open that field as a possibility. Is there anybody else who would like to ask a question or share? Otherwise, we will move into the meditation. There is a lot of answers on the website page that Laura shared in these threads. So you can find many answers there. And if not, you can, of course, always send us an email. So for now, we will be closing the information on the Mystery School and the programs related to it. And we will enjoy a most beautiful transmission meditation that is really bringing this day of Immaculate Conception and Mother Mary into a great closure, at least in our time zone.
Now, if you feel like you need to leave, then you will be able to find this recording on our YouTube channel, and you'll also receive an email, with the link to the recording so that you can visit the material later, and you can also do the meditation at a later date, or repeat it because it's a beautiful one that can be repeated. So we invite you to close your eyes, make yourself comfortable. And slowly bring your awareness to your breath. Breathing in and out. And sinking into a position that is comfortable for you. As you breathe in and out, become aware of the prana that is held in the air that you breathe. Prana that nourishes you with energy, information, and intelligence. So just breathe in and out. And slowly bring your awareness to a breath which allows a column of prana to move up from below, up into your heart. As you breathe in, draw in the air and the prana from below, and breathe it into your heart. Just explore this for a moment. Feel how this charges your heart center, how it gives energy, vitality. Drawing in prana from below, up into the space of your heart. And now see yourself breathing in a column of prana from above. And moving it down into your heart. As you breathe in, you breathe in prana from above and draw it through the column into your heart. Explore how this is. and how the quality of this energy is as it moves down into your heart center. And now this time as you breathe in, feel as you are moving energy both from below and from above at the same time. And how both of these columns of energy are meeting in the space of your heart. Explore this for a moment. It may take a moment to synchronize this breath as you bring in energy from above and energy from below. Take a moment for this synchronization to happen easily and effortlessly. As you continue to energize your system with your breath, begin to bring your focus into your inner temple, into the space inside of you that is your sacred space, the space in which you are connected at all time to the divine source that flows through you. Let go of all the cords to the outer world, just for this moment in time. Just allow them all to dissolve. With this dissolution, allow all the stories from the outside world to simply fall away. Just for this moment in time. And find yourself in your inner sacred space, connected to the divine source that flows through you. And from this space, from this sacred space, send your love and gratitude to your Divine Mother and your Divine Father, for giving you the beautiful gift of your life. The precious gift of life that you are so privileged to have at this time. Feel how you are held in a field of deep, unconditional love as you commune with your Divine Mother and Father. A deep, unconditional love that is always there for you, whether you realize it or not. Know that your divine parents will give you anything your soul desires. You are so loved and cherished, and your wish is their wish. Just feel into this reality for a moment. Your wish is their wish. Your soul desire is their desire. Allow this to fully resonate in the deepest part of your system, in all of your cells. You are unconditionally loved, so loved and cherished. Now allow your full focus to move into the inner potent space of love and creation that is inside of yourself. This space in which you are one with your inner divine flame of creation. It is through this space that you become fully coherent with yourself and one with all of creation. It is in this space that you are fully connected with your higher self, so that you are no longer in a state of separation. It is from this space of oneness that the highest path for your earth walk reveals itself. Simply allow your whole focus through your breath to move into this sacred space of creation inside of yourself. This sacred space in which you become one with the quantum field in which all possibilities lie. This is the space of immaculate conception, from which it is possible to create something from nothing. Allow your whole system, all of the cells of your body, to vibrate in this field of infinite potential. In this space of infinite potential, bring your awareness to the power that is moving through you, that is being activated within you. So that you remember the highest power you have inside of you, and your highest role to assist this planet in this transition time. Allow yourself to simply surrender to this highest path of your soul at this moment in time. This is a space in which there is no censorship. There is no limit to the visions, feelings, insights that you may receive. any way that they may come. What does your inner leadership look like? Feel like? In this space of infinite possibility, what is your higher self communicating to you about your path at this time? Your path for the weeks, months, and years ahead. Allow yourself to be a fertile terrain for this communication from your soul. Examine within yourself how the message from your higher self is received by your lower self. Simply observe how your lower limited self receives the guidance of your higher self. Stay the observer as these two parts of yourself, the divine part and the human part, come together, relate to each other. And now feel, sense, or see how your higher self is a sphere of consciousness. And feel, sense, or see your lower self as another sphere of consciousness. And now allow these two aspects of yourself, these two spheres of consciousness, to merge together as one. Allow this to happen easily and effortlessly, all on its own. And witness and experience what this does in your system. Take time for these spheres of consciousness to merge together to create one seamless field of consciousness. See, sense, feel, or know that this is happening. And when you feel that this merging has been completed, bring your awareness to an ascended master from Shambhala that is standing in front of you, lovingly reaching out to take your hand. You are invited to take the hand of this master to receive a transmission from him or her. Just open yourself to receive. And as you allow the gift of this transmission to fully land in your system, we will slowly now come back to the room where you are sitting or lying down. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Breathing in and out. Slowly bringing your awareness to the sounds in your environment. The smells in your environment. To the feeling of the air on your skin. Feel how you are deeply anchored into Mother Earth. And slowly but gently start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Slowly begin to activate your body. Stretch a little bit. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. Take time to readjust your focus to the room where you're sitting or lying down. Without losing connection to the space of your heart. Feel your body and what has changed. And feel the transmission from the Ascended Master that you are connected to. Thank you for being with us today.
And remember, it's a beautiful moment to reach out to Mother Mary.
Namaste.